What's going on, everybody? Red Velvet is back, and in the studio we have a very special guest, Coach Nick Wheeler from North Central Thunderbirds football. How are we doing today?
Doing good. Glad to be back for the second time. Had a lot of fun with this last year. Can't wait to get into whatever we're getting into.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Real quick, just give a review of who you are, just in case there's new people that don't know you.
Nick Wheeler, head football coach at North Central. I was my second year, going into year 2 right now. Looking to build the program. We've gotten some good things going. Before that, I was at South Putnam, a couple other schools before that. Born and raised in Rockville, Indiana. So.
Yeah. So how was your first year as a head coach at North Central?
First year as a head coach, you got to learn a lot real quick. I think I mentioned it earlier. It's kind of like drinking from a fire hydrant sometimes. There's a lot of stuff that comes at you. No, just making sure that everything's kind of playing out and ready. One of those things you don't really know until you know, or you don't know what you don't know at this point in time.
Right.
So going in year 2 with a new mindset where I can kind of focus more on football itself and trying to make sure everything's already prepared before the year gets into it. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure you have a good staff around you.
I do.
And shout out Brandon Rawlings, the most organized man in America.
100%.
Hands down. How'd the offseason go?
Offseason really good. Kids worked really hard. Got a relatively young group. But no, they've been working their butts off. We've had some injury issues into the summer. I think only 2 of them were football injuries, but it's been kind of random on me. It seemed like at one point it was like something was happening every single day. So we've gotten through that. This week we're getting 4 starters back. So
good.
Yeah, we're gonna be healthy for once, and it's gonna be nice.
Oh, good. Just coming off your jamboree, how did that go?
Jamborees are things that you can't really tell, and you kind of run your base stuff, see how the kids play. You're really looking for, are they going to be physical? How are they going to handle whenever they're tired playing a game? The kids, it feels like to them it's a game, but for us, we're really just trying to iron out some details, really see who's going to be those 22 guys starting next Friday.
Yeah.
But no, we did really well. I know we scrimmaged Riverton Parke. I think, in my opinion, Riverton Parke's going to be a top 5 team by the end of the year. They're really, really big. I think they're probably the biggest 1A line I've seen in a while.
They've been eating a lot of tenderloins.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Then we had Parke Heritage after that.
Yeah, keep going.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. What do you need, buddy?
Are you all right, buddy?
Yeah, get the headphones. Hey, well, as parents, we all know. As parents, we all know kids are fun. And
sorry, we're talking about.
That's right. We're talking about Parke Heritage.
Yes, Parke Heritage. Parke Heritage seems to be a relatively improved team. Big, athletic, long. But no, I think we ran the ball relatively well. Good. Given that we were 2 backup linemen, 1 center that hadn't played at all until Thursday.
Wow.
So he just started snapping the ball, and we're like, all right, go block somebody. And then our starting H-back tight end was out as well, defensive end. You actually did a thing, Rylan Cox. He's coming back this week, so we're pretty excited about that. But no, we're pretty excited about the next week. There's some things that you're not so excited about. You got to go against Brian Crabtree. He's going to be a future Hall of Fame coach. So he's back at North Vermillion. From the stuff I've seen on film, they look really polished and ready to go. So,
there were some new schedule changes added to on your schedule, wasn't there?
Yes, we have, instead of Irvington Prep, we have West Vigo, and then we have Cloverdale as well, and then we've added Mitchell during the GCA week we had last year. It's good. I'm somewhat familiar with West Vigo and Cloverdale from my time at South Putt. Like both of those, Coach Lotz and Coach Clements, really good dudes. But yes, it's going to be nice to see some more people that I've actually played against. Last year, I think, I don't know if I actually ever. North Vermillion's the only team I ever actually coached against.
Oh, really?
On our schedule last year, I believe. So, kind of getting used to the teams that we play. I know North Central is kind of in that no man's land area. So we go down to like North Daviess, Eastern Green, and had to travel all the way down to South Spencer.
It's quite a drive.
Yep, absolutely. Then we went to Red Hill. They're no longer on our schedule. That was a good game. That was probably our first game where we played really well. I didn't necessarily coach as good as I should have, but we were in. I think we lost by 7. It was kind of last second Hail Mary type situation. Yeah. We just didn't get it done.
That happens.
Yes, it does. It's frustrating, but no, we grew a lot last year. I asked the kids at the beginning of the year what they wanted out of their football season, and some of them told me just to have fun. The other ones were like, we just want to win some. Like, the previous 2 years, I think they were 1-9 and then 2-8. And the 2 wins they'd had the previous, they're all the ones they had the previous 2 years were against Irvington Prep and another team in Illinois that is no longer a football team.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Okay. So there
was North Central their last the last victory.
Yeah.
They're like, we're done.
Yeah, basically. Okay. So they were those are the ones that they had previously. We went in and beat Irvington Prep, Edinburgh, and we got the Thunderbird Trophy back at the end of the year against Eastern Green. That was kind of like the climactic point of the year where it's like, hey, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
We kind of ironed some things out midway through the year. We had a change at running back who ended up rushing for almost 200 yards a game throughout the back end of the year. Ended up quarterback change twice. So the very first game, I think the end of the first quarter, our quarterback broke his collarbone. Ooh. So we had to make a quick change. I think we went through 4 or 5 quarterbacks in the North Daviess game. I think the total score the first 2 weeks was like 80-something to 6. So, but no, we were much more competitive the back end of the year, and we're trying to use that as kind of a springboard into the 2025 year. So
absolutely. I mean, we're looking at your schedule right here. I mean, that's a pretty solid schedule. I'm excited. I'm just now kind of getting my feel for North Daviess. They've been added to the Dinerverse, so that'll be a good matchup. I think.
Yep. Coach Trent finds a phenomenal dude and great coach. He got on me last year a little bit earlier in the game. So, but no, that's always a fun time playing those teams. Those are our big rivals: North Daviess, North Knox, and Eastern Green. So,
okay,
it's exciting. That's week 2. So we got North Vermilion and right into a slugfest, I think.
Man,
North Daviess. So.
Yeah, and that's a home game.
Yes, it'll be home this year. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go ahead and make this announcement now. I will be the voice of the Thunderbirds this season. Hopefully I don't get fired.
Yeah, we're absolutely excited. Absolutely excited to have you. You know wrestling probably better than anybody, and that's kind of the mentality we want. We want to be excited about football.
Yeah.
Do some big things at North Central they haven't really done before. So
we want to bring some WrestleMania
absolutely
to North Central. So I'm excited for it. I hope you're all ready. I'm going to butcher names. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to butcher names. I'm going to learn. But if I do announcing almost every Saturday at CYFL and here in Brazil. So if you've been around it, that's what you get. You get me hyped up. So just bear with me. If you don't like me, sorry. But conference outlook. I mean, how we looking for the Southwest?
Honestly, I know you're going to have North Daviess at the top along with North Knox. Eastern Green's one that you're really not sure about this year. They went through a coaching change. I actually got to meet him at the head coach's meeting in Greencastle about a month ago or so. Really good dude. But yeah, you're always going to have that mix of North Daviess, North Knox are the bigger schools in the conference, and Eastern Green by numbers are pretty big. We were able to pull that one out last year, which was a huge stepping stone for us. But yeah, we're just looking to compete with them. I think that's the biggest thing, being a school of 230 to 250, give or take, students. That's about roughly 100 less than the other 3 schools in the conference. So
wow,
we're trying to compete with them in numbers and along with that wins as well.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is honestly just changing the culture between what we have been the last few years. We had a sectional championship in I think it was 2022 or something like that. But moving forward, there wasn't a lot of winning going on, and the kids you kind of felt it when you walked in the door. You're like, we can't do this. Well, we've changed it to where they believe they can do that, but we're pushing to get them to expect to win. Expecting to win and hoping you win are 2 different things when it goes into football, especially at the high school level. So
absolutely, you gotta believe it. You gotta just keep putting the work in. I know, even in a losing season, you still got to show up with your hard hat on, ready to go to work, and that's very important. So, Thunderbirds, listen up. Win, lose, or draw, keep showing up to work.
Yep, absolutely. That's the biggest thing we've probably taken out of the summer. Added a defensive coordinator, Coach Jason Jones. He's been great for us from not only a football aspect, but just character, building good young men. He's been really good at holding people accountable, including ourselves, and included making sure we're on the right right track as well. Last year, Evan Rollins was my defensive coordinator, and he'd never done it before. He kind of got thrown to the wolves. So we had a lot of meetings last year where I was kind of like giving him like what we need to do and what we're looking at and different things like that and how we're going to attack things. And just not having that part to do for me has been able to open my eyes to just the offensive side of the game and kind of tinker with the defensive side if I feel like I need to, instead of putting in the whole game plan every single week. So it's definitely been less stressful on me, which means it's less stressful on my wife. So you
got to keep the wife happy.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I've been asking all the coaches this, do you have any game day rituals that, if you're a superstitious fella?
Oh, I don't know.
What?
Maybe I should.
Maybe I've asked several coaches this, and they're just like, no, not really. Apparently, I'm a crazy person. I don't know.
Well, I've heard that down in Linton, Coach Oliver has Wendy's or something like that. He has to eat every Friday or something like that.
I know Coach.
Maybe that's why he's.
Well, Coach Sorrell he has an away restaurant and a home
Arby's.
restaurant, Arby's and Lou's Diner.
Yep.
Hey, there might be something in the water there.
Might
this
be.
formula. I have to go hit up not Mickey's.
Well, right.
The old Dairy Queen, whatever that's called now.
Yep.
Hit that up.
Yep, absolutely.
But okay, so no rituals.
Yeah,
huh?
I don't think I have any rituals. No, I haven't thought. Maybe I do. I just don't notice it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I appreciate you letting me come down there and take some pictures and just getting to see the kids. And I've never been to North Central. That was actually the first time I've been to North Central High School.
No, I mean it's fun for the kids too. Like that's all in all, that's what we're doing. Like, I mean, of course we want to win.
Yeah.
We all want to be competitive in what we do, but when it comes down to it, if the kids aren't having fun like that, it's not worth it at that point in time. And on top of that, if they're not having fun, you're not going to win.
Right.
That's just tough. I mean, I've been in situations where we were expected to go 10-0 and moving forward even more than that. And if the kids aren't having fun, that's not how it's going to end up. And that's kind of the job of the coach to make sure the kids are still invested throughout the whole year.
Absolutely.
And that's when you kind of find out, oh, hey, we aren't playing very well because these kids aren't enjoying it. They're not as engaged or locked in as they should be. So that's a huge thing with it when it comes to coaching, is making sure that it's not for you, because we all we can say we do it all for the kids. Like, we're also here for us. Like, we miss playing football. Yes. That's the reality of it.
You're absolutely right.
We have to have some honesty at the same time, but making sure the kids are first.
And you want to make it fun. And I was explaining to my wife earlier, I said, what I enjoyed about football, it's the bond with your teammates, because you're going to war. Yeah. You are going to war. Football's very tough. It's very physical. And I said, especially line wise, I said, I've got to trust that this dude on this side of me knows exactly what's going on, what he's doing for this all to work. I said, more than likely, about 10 positions have to do everything the right way. You might get one way out and land that didn't do their job correctly, and you're still okay. But I go, it's not. You've got to all be one cohesive unit, and you've all got to know, I mean, it's me versus you, and I'm picking me every time to win. Yeah. And if you don't have that mindset, if you're not having fun, I didn't like getting hit, and I'm like, but it's fun. You're like going to war.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going to war part.
And then even after that, like, so you get done with the game or the practice, and I mean, you're still hanging out with those guys.
Yes.
And if you're not, there's a culture issue. Like, if you're not hanging out with your best friends that you're going to war with, quote unquote, you got an issue there. So there should be bonfires after the game on Friday night where you're just all hanging out talking about what happened. Yeah. Staying up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, then waking up and going to practice at 8 o'clock. Go get stretched out and eat some donuts that whatever coach decided to bring in that morning.
Oh, you bring donuts to practice?
Jason did this week. So
okay.
I think we're going to have to rotate it a little bit.
So I may start showing practice. Right? Bringing donuts.
Well, this week he actually ordered 5 dozen from Baszler's.
Oh.
They gave him 9, so he paid for 9 dozen. So I've got a big box of donuts at my house. I guess I should have brought for you. So
you gave 9 dozen
9
donuts?
dozen. He goes, this looks like a lot. She goes, yeah, it's 9 dozen. He goes, I ordered 5, and he goes, whatever. We'll just take them. The kids would have had to eat like 4 or 5 donuts a piece to get rid of them.
Oh, that's not much.
Yeah. Well, they didn't. So
now
I've got a lot of donuts.
Oh man, you like donuts?
Not that much.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not.
Well,
the shirt used to fit until yesterday. I mean, quite honest.
It's all donuts. Thanks a lot, Coach Jones.
I know it's all Jason's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. I look forward to covering you. Well, I look forward to announcing for you, but I also look forward to covering the Thunderbirds this year. I mean, added to the Dinerverse last year.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't keep up with Max Preps when I was going over stats. That was who was that?
Oh, listen, it's not my fault. We have a saying now. It's always Coach Rollins' fault. All right.
Which one?
Brandon.
Oh, okay.
We don't pick on Evan like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Evan's a good kid. But no, we always make sure that everything's Coach Brandon's fault. That's the easiest way to not take accountability.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. But no, I look forward to covering you and look like just getting to know the players a little more. And
no, it's
gonna be a lot of fun.
It is gonna be a lot of fun. I think that we've made some progress in areas where it's gonna be a more fun, more explosive type of football program than it has been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And something we strived for last year, but didn't quite get there until way late. I think we're going in with a certain amount of confidence where we can actually start to build on those type of things. The kids are hungry. They're like, we made football tough this summer.
Good.
Like we were like, hey, we want this to be a tough program. And there were some kids that we didn't keep because of that. But there's also the point where we need guys that are on the field that are going to be able to go through those things and be mentally strong. I've seen it so many times late fourth quarter, and then kids are just like, I'm done. They tap. Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, it happened to us early on in the year last year. North Daviess are like, I think I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to stand up to this one. But we kind of changed that throughout the year. And then I think we've already, we saw that. We saw what we did wrong as a coaching staff, and then moved forward knowing that was something on our plate for this year, making sure these kids are mentally tough, and then also praising them, because you go through a hard time. Like it's not fun to play football all the time.
No,
it just isn't. I tell them that all the time. Like it's tough. It's a hard game to play.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to be praised for that at the same time. So we've done a couple of fun things. Like we'll just take a practice off, and we watched Remember the Titans the other day.
Nice.
I think Thursday we watched Remember the Titans, ordered pizza, then we did a walkthrough before the jamboree. One, because the kids were roughing it there for a little bit. They were like, Coach, like our legs hurt. And then other than that, we were just they just need a mental break.
Yeah,
honestly, because it was a tough camp this year. So
yeah,
I'm proud of all of them. Like they all kind of took it on teeth and kind of rolled with it. And, I think they're better for it, both as football players and human beings. So
good. Well, like I said, good luck this season. I'm excited. I'm hyped up. At this time, I do want to thank the people that make it possible for me to do what I do. Wabash Valley Plumbing, they lay pipe. That's our slogan, not theirs. Peak Performance Gym, RJ's Formal Wear, Stitched Embroidery and Apparel, and Everhote Co. Thank you, sponsors. Also, thank you to our subscribers. And for 99 cents per month on Facebook, you can support the Diner Podcast. And that's enough of the shameless plugs. Coach, thank you for joining me.
Thanks so much.
Pleasure. We're out of here. Keep pushing. Love y'all.